The Mixed Mornings and More podcast with Steph and Sean.
Now available daily.
Good morning, world.
Good morning. Happy Monday. January 23rd. It is 2023. We're at 5:31 right now.
Surprise, surprise, Sean. I have found something new to be afraid of.
So what is it? The dark before? Now what do we got?
Well, in the summer, I'm often afraid of bears in my neighborhood.
Right.
Because people are always posting, like, there's a bear in my backyard. And then this morning, I was getting ready for work, and I just, for some reason, decided to open Facebook. And what's the first post in my neighborhood group? But there's a bobcat on my street.
Whoa. How many hours ago did they post it?
2.
Wow.
Yeah.
A bobcat.
Well, then everybody
Were they
was
talking
like,
about like the tractor or an actual animal?
a lot of people thought they were talking about the tractor. And
like, oh, they're clearing the streets finally.
Thank you. I'm so glad to hear there's a bobcat on your street. But then somebody else said, bobcats aren't usually up this far north. I think it's a lynx.
Oh,
and
someone well-actually'd the group.
Yeah, it became a little bit of a discussion about bobcats and lynx. And I was like, either way, I don't want to see a cat that's not a normal house-sized domesticated friend. I would prefer not to experience it at all. But I definitely was extra alert this morning walking out of my house. I'm like, who's out here? Are they hiding beside my truck? Are they hiding underneath it? Are they going to bite my ankles? What's going to happen?
Yeah, well, happy you're here.
Level up your lexicon.
Learned a new term the other day, Sean. You ready to guess what it is?
I'm
guess
here
what
for
it means? Flaneur.
Are we leveling up my lexicon in different languages?
Well,
Barely know the English one over here. Holy.
it's a French word, but it has an English meaning. Flaneur.
Okay. Flannel? Clothing?
We already have a word for flannel in
What?
English.
You're throwing French words my way. Maybe I'm just translating it to English for everyone. It means you're wearing flannel.
Very kind of you, but no, this word doesn't exist in English. That's why we're borrowing it from French.
It means to put flour in something.
Oh, like flour your surface. You need to make some bread or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. No, incorrect.
That's
do
it
you
for
get
me.
one of these? How's it feel, Sean?
Well, come on.
Okay, so flaneur is someone...
Stop it. No. You can't just throw French stuff my way.
Oh, you're fine. Don't act like you're hard done by.
Flaneur. Just put more stank on it.
Oh, okay. It's someone who wanders randomly through a big city, stumbling on new scenes.
Okay.
So they're an explorer. They like to just take the afternoon off and wander where they will.
Okay.
And they kind of cite different literary heroes who will get on the subway line and go all the way to the end of it and get off at some spot they've never been to before and just be like, what's here? Look at this graffiti. Look at these different shops I could look in. That kind of thing.
There.
Oh, look, a nice park over here.
I'm going to go flaneuring this afternoon.
Yeah, you could go flaneuring. You could
All right.
jump on one of those diversified buses.
Right.
And it could take you up to Gregoire and you could see all of our great parks up there.
There we go. All right. More you know. The hackers keep coming for me, Steph, and I keep shooing them away.
Usually you play with them for a while, but did you have a game yesterday?
No. So yesterday was my Apple ID. So in the past, it's been like Facebook and Instagram, and they just try and like dummy me and be like, click on this link and then send me a screenshot. And I just keep on sending them dogs and stuff and be like, I don't know how to send a screenshot. And I just keep messing with them.
Yeah.
But this time I was just like scrolling on my phone. I think I was on the Twitter machine yesterday. And then all of a sudden I got a notification in the middle of my screen, and it just said, hey, someone's trying to sign into your Apple ID in Ashburn, Virginia.
Ooh.
And then it gave me two options. I was like, is this you? Is this not you? I was like, well, not me. And then so I just had to go create a new Apple ID, and then it asked me like sign out of all my Apple ID, whatever devices it's signed into, essentially just sign out of it.
Now, did you click on a link from that email? No, this is not me. Did you trust
No, it
that
was like
email?
it was a notification from Apple.
Oh,
One
okay.
that like when you get an airdrop, you know when you get an airdrop and it's just that notification screen in the middle? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what it was for this one. It just says, hey, someone's trying to sign in from Virginia.
That's so scary. And do you think that they had your password, or do you think that they were trying with your password?
I don't know what it was. I don't know how or what the process was. Maybe it was like a forget your password, or they had my password, but they're just like, hey, this is somewhere you have never signed in before, different location. We're just going to let you know. So I immediately, just made a new password, logged out of all devices that were signed into it. And now just moving forward.
Okay, cautioning you on this. In this day and age where we have so many passwords or need so many passwords and use the same one, was that password used for any of your other accounts? Because I think you need to go change it then.
I'm not saying that.
Okay, I'm just it's a PSA. For instance, a couple weeks ago, my PayPal was breached, and they were saying they had changed my phone number, and then they were trying to they set up 2-factor authentication to text this phone number instead of mine, and I got like all these PayPal emails at once. And then my husband was like, PayPal, is your email password the same for that?
Ooh.
Because then they have your email password, they have your PayPal password. If you've used that email and that password for anything else, they can get into whatever it is. So PSA, change your passwords everywhere.
Switch them up. My phone gave me a weird screen on Friday that I have never seen before, and now I just don't know if I need a new phone or if it's like forcing me to get a new phone.
When did it say?
Yeah, so I have like an iPhone 10 or somewhere around there.
Okay.
And on the screen, I posted over on our Facebook page if you want to take a look. It has like my background and it's all grayed out, like transparently gray. And then on the front page, on the front screen, it says iPhone unavailable. Try again in 1 minute.
Unavailable? Where'd it go? Why isn't it available?
I've never seen this screen before, and it's reminiscent of the screens like your phone is overheating if you leave it on the sun. Give it some time and then it will charge back up. So it's reminiscent of that screen, but instead of saying overheating or anything of that nature, it says unavailable. Try again.
It's not here. We'll take a message. Come back later.
Try again in 1 minute. What does it mean? What did I do to it? And okay, this is what happened leading up to that. I was in our boss's office, and I think we were just chatting about sports for 10 minutes, and I just had my phone in my pocket, and I might have had my hand in my pocket as well.
Okay.
So, like, was my hand heating it up, and it just didn't give me the overheating sign, or I don't know what's going on here.
Maybe your phone is just so tired of sports chatter. It was like, ugh, I've got to get out of here.
That's not
And so it just left. It was like, try again in a minute when you're done talking about sports like you only ever talk about.
Stop, that's silly. We just had a text come in from Clarine, 780-791-1037. She says it happens to her kids' iPads all the time, and when they put in the wrong passcode.
Oh.
It's too many times and it shuts down. All right. Maybe I was thigh dialing. Or maybe when my hand, I vaguely remember my hand being in my pocket. Maybe my hand was just on, because sometimes I try to put my hand on the back of the screen and not the front of the screen.
Yeah.
But maybe it was on the front of the screen and I was just booping away at a passcode for like 10 minutes while talking to our boss.
And you made your iPhone unavailable. You made your iPhone so tired of all your button pressing. It was like, see ya.
Well, I hope Clarine is right, because I really don't want to go buy a new phone. It was really disturbing when I got that message.
The internet has been arguing about something, so naturally I thought we could argue about it too.
Of course. That's what we do. We settle things on this show.
All right, settle this for me, Sean. Are there 365 birthdays or 7 billion birthdays?
The first option.
Why?
Next question. Because unless you mean like, does the year count? So then there's just continually more birthdays?
No, I think
like specifically, like, so for mine, February 20th, 1990, that's one. And then February 20th, 1991, that's like the second one?
No, completely reading this wrong. 7 billion birthdays, as in there are 7 billion people as our world population. So does each one have their own specific birthday? Or are there just 365 days to choose from, and that's the birthdays?
That's the birthdays. It's just 365. You all share a birthday on the same day.
Okay, that's one way to put it.
Wait, don't even tell me you're on the other side.
I am on the other side. There are 7 billion birthdays. Each person has their own personal birthday that they say, my birthday is July 16th. Somebody else might say my birthday is July 16th, but that means there's 2 of you. So there's 7 billion to me birthdays.
Interesting. Yeah, sure. We all got our own birthday.
Wow, you seem so convincing.
So stupid. It's just so stupid that it's just like, sure, whatever.
Oh, okay. Maybe this was a stupid thing to argue about. I don't know. All right, Sean, this is our 4th Monday in January already, which means that we've had some time to work on our New Year's resolutions or fail at them. Mm-hmm. How are you doing on yours?
Wow, 4 Mondays into January. Yeah, I'm 3 for 3. This is kind of a good gauge to see how often do I touch up my beard. Because my New Year's resolution was to clean up my beard shavings every time I do it. Because I shave them into a towel. And then sometimes I would shower and then I would forget about the towel because I'd fold it up to make sure they wouldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And then I'd see that towel folded up like the next day. And it'd be like, oh, I got to dispose of these. So I'm 3 for 3. So I'm happy to report that I have disposed of it every single time.
Good job, Sean. Pat on the back, golf clap for you. Round of applause.
How's your freezer dwindling down? Do you have a lot of open space for things? Because yours is to eat your freezer.
It's true. It's doing okay. My husband keeps buying like lunch dinners, like frozen dinners. So anytime I do actually make space in the freezer, he's replacing it with something. But at least it's not all of the meat that I bought on sale.
So you're not to blame. So you are eating your freezer. Your husband keeps stocking it up.
Exactly. But yesterday I had agreed to go to a potluck, had posted in the group what I was going to bring. It was going to be green bean casserole. I knew that I had a giant bag of green beans in my freezer. And I was like, oh, look at me. New Year's resolution. I am killing it. And then about an hour and a half before I had to go, I'm getting ready to start making my green bean casserole, open up the freezer, pull out that nice green giant bag of green beans.
Yeah.
And it was a green giant bag of corn.
Corn casserole.
I don't think there's a such thing.
Well, you could have made a new thing. Eat your freezer, corn casserole.
I guess I just failed my New Year's resolution, Sean. I had to go to the store.
No. There's an interesting job opening up in BC, Steph, that I think might be perfect for me.
An interesting job, and it's not in radio?
Yeah, it's not in radio. It's for someone to keep care of a lighthouse.
Be the lighthouse keeper? Is that what you mean?
Essentially, yeah. And this is something just interesting that I don't know if like a lot of people know about me, but you definitely do. I'm such an enigma in a person where I can just be so social and out there, but I also can just be the type of person where like, if you don't talk to me for 2 weeks, I'm also perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, that's the strangest thing. It's not like just if I don't talk to you for 2 weeks, if it's anyone doesn't. Yeah. You are so happy to be a recluse and be completely alone, but then you're such a nice sociable guy, such good social skills, great at carrying on a conversation. It's like, what happened to you?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm totally fine with just being left alone. Heck, 2 weeks, a month, whatever it may be. So like working in a lighthouse all alone, I think I could thrive doing this. They're looking for positions like down on Victoria and like all across the Van Island and everything. I'm like, damn, I could do that. I could probably bring a dog with me. You probably have to live in the lighthouse somewhere near it, take care of it. I was like, yeah, that's up my alley.
That does sound pretty great when you put it like that. You just have your dog. What do you have to do as the lighthouse keeper? Do you have to clean the light lens?
Yeah, so I think it says something along the lines like reporting weather conditions, relaying radio messages, ground maintenance of the station, you dipping diesel fuel tanks from on top of a ladder. I'm sure I can learn that, whatever that means. Just some learnable things here, but just maintenance, I'm pretty sure, making sure the lighthouse works and all the facets of it, and then just having a good time.
Okay, and when does the position close? Because honestly, I don't want to lose you, so I'm hoping that it's already passed.
Yeah, I don't know when it closes, but I think that would be pretty neat. Get my PlayStation, a dog, have like a streaming service subscription.
Sean, you already have your PlayStation. You already have a streaming service subscription. You already do radio messages out. I feel like the only thing you're missing is a dog. Maybe you just need to move.
All right, we'll see.
Want more of today's show?
Download the Mixed Mornings and More podcast.
Now available every weekday.